I'm just gonna start rolling my shoulders. And we're hopefully waiting for a few more folks to hop on. Yeah, we probably have still a couple minutes, but we're just gonna go ahead and start rolling the shoulders. Ooh, really squeeze those shoulder blades back. Nice. I'm trying to make it lighter in here. Hopefully it's working. It's actually very light. It's just that window. All right, go ahead, go forward. Whoa, starting to feel that already. All right. Oh yeah. All right, shake that out a little bit. Grab your towel. And I'm gonna start with some just around the world. So just putting a little tension on it. Get the hips moving a little bit, the whole torso. Nothing crazy today, I promise. We'll save crazy for tomorrow. All right. One more in that direction. And let's switch other direction. Put some good tension on there. All right. One more. Nice. I'm gonna just go ahead and face this way. First feet nice and wide. And let's do that squat down and reach up. Oh, I'm really digging the towel lately. Just as if you're trying to pull it apart. Reach it up over your head. I don't know about you, but I get some snap, crackle, pops in there. Good snap, crackle, pops. That's okay. Let's do two more that way. And then I'm gonna go feet just a little bit wider. And let's go lateral. And pull in, squeeze the shoulder blades. Lateral. Oh yeah. Get a good stretch on that inner thigh. I was keenly aware of my quads this morning. All right, one more of those to each side. Nice. Now go ahead and set your towel down for a second. I'm going to sink back this way and then just do the plant and pivot up to the side. And nice and controlled going the other direction. Plant that forearm, pivot, let your eyes follow your hand. Nice. Come to center, put a little pressure on both, sink down in. Let's go ahead and grab onto your feet. We haven't done that in a bit. And rock back and forth just a little bit. You're just gonna put a little pressure on your knees as we kind of rock back and forth. It's actually a really nice position for your back, as long as your knees are okay. And then hold it onto your feet. Kind of roll it up. Come all the way up. Reach towards the ceiling. And let's sink it down again. Nice. And bring your hands in between. And I'm going to go ahead and put my hands right on the floor and go right into a tall plank position. Okay, hold in here just for a second. I'm going to just rock back and forth a little bit. On the toes, just a little forward and back. Awesome. And then bringing one foot up to the side. I'm going to do the same kind of rotation here, just reaching it around. Nice. Come back down to the center and bring the other one up. If you need to help the leg a little bit, that's okay. I usually do. Rotate it up. Awesome. And come on back down. Nice. Nice, now from here, let's just try to sink your shoulders down and round them up. Let them sink down and round them up. Down. One more of those. Nice. I'm going to go ahead and drop my knees. And then from here, let's go ahead and get some opposite arm leg reach. And then bring that arm out to the side as you come back down. So it's kind of like a swimmer. Nice big circle before you bring your arm down to the floor. Really squeeze your glute as you're lifting that leg though. Get 2 more of those on each side. Nice and slow. Keep those shoulder blades all nice and activated. And last one here. Woo, awesome. All right. Let's go ahead and come back into that tall plank position and really feel those shoulder blades sink back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. I'm gonna rock back and forth again, just a little bit. Nice. Go ahead and walk your feet towards your hands. Woo. And then walk them back out. Let's do a little bit of alternating stretch on those calves. You can sink your calf or your heels all the way down. Go for it. If not, that's okay. Then walk your feet back up one more time. Try to keep your heels down. And then walk your hands towards your feet. Gently roll it up. Woo! All right, before we're done with all that, we're gonna come back down here now that we're moving a little bit better and get some more swimmers, opening up those shoulders. Love the swimmers. All right, one more. And let's go ahead and come back into good hip flexor stretch position. Reach that arm up, squeeze the glute of that leg that's back. Nice, bring it all the way up, grab your knee, and sink all the way back down. Let's do that 3 times. We'll call that number 2. Back up, grab it, and down. Reach and squeeze. Nice. Now before we switch sides, I'm going to stay on my knee here, and I'm going to put my hands so that my elbow, the elbow back is by the bent knee. And we're going to rotate. And as you rotate, lean into that stretch a little bit more. Really pull that elbow behind you. We're really trying to get the upper back to move and a little more dynamic motion in that hip flexor. Ooh, it starts moving a lot better. Just one more there. And then come back here, hands behind your ears. And we're going to rotate towards the bent knee. The whole idea here, keeping the elbows as far back as you can. Just trying to get some more motion in the upper back. Not the lower back, just the upper back. All right, let's get 2 more. Nice. Now before I stand up and do the other side, I'm just going to go ahead and straighten that front leg. Gentle reach forward. Awesome. All right, I'm just going to flip over. So we'll start with a nice big backward. Bring it all the way down. Squeeze that glute. Reach that arm up as much as you can. And stand it up, squeeze your leg, we're gonna do 2 more. Nice big glute squeeze and reach. And up. And 1 more. And up. And this time, again, I'm gonna stay down. And let's go ahead and rotate. So we're here, we're gonna be leaning into it. Ooh. And as you lean forward, like you're trying to reach the wall with this hand. Really pull as you feel that upper back start moving a little more. Lean into it. Let's get 3 more like that. Last one here. Nice, bring it up, hands behind your ears. And let's rotate towards the front knee. Just focusing on the shoulder blades, upper torso. Try to keep the elbows as far back as you can. Oh yeah. Let's do 2 more like that. Awesome. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and come on up. Before I do the next one on the floor, I grab the towel again. And now that we're moving a little better, let's get some nice lateral bends, really pull on it. Oh, that feels so nice after things are warmed up. Yeah. And then let's go to the other side. We'll do just 2 to each side. And back this way. Should really get that all the way down to your hip. And other side. Nice. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and come back down to the floor. This time, going into, it's called the tripod stretch. So 1 knee is down, 1 leg is out. Hands forward, you're gonna sink back. We get a really good stretch on the inner thigh there. And then we're gonna reach towards the bent knee. Trying to pull on the floor. Really get a good pull on the back of that shoulder blade. Awesome, come back to center. Let's rock it forward and back just a little bit. 1 more. I'll go ahead and switch sides. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides. Other side comes out. Woo. Let's rock it forward and back a little bit. And then come on back, reach that other arm underneath. Get a good pull on that shoulder blade. We're gonna have to do the pigeon stretch because, confession, I just pulled a Charlie horse right here. So that means I'm a little too tight on those hip rotators, which is my own fault entirely. All right, bring it back up here. Before we do that one, let's go ahead and lock your hands. Sink back onto your feet. And we're gonna reach to one side and just pull. Plant that bottom hand on the floor. Pull it to the side. Okay, come on up. And now let's do the reach and roll with that one. Let's get 3 of those and we'll do the other side. Oh yeah. Awesome. So now switch hands. Go the other way. Plant that bottom hand on the floor and pull away from it. Get a nice tug on that shoulder blade. All right, come on up. Let's do the reach and roll on that side. Reach it across. We always get more motion when we go through dynamic range of motion. The static holds are good, but it's really great to move through. All right, I'm going to come back into that tall plank position. And now, 3, knee in and out. I'm going to start on the right where I got that little Charlie horse. And come on up this way and sink down into it. And that's gonna stretch that whole hip rotator area. Once again, just really reaching forward on the floor. Sink into it if you can. I'm gonna just kind of kick my hip out even a little bit more just to get a little extra there. And then come on back up. Let's get the other side. So same thing, 1, 2, and 3. Bring it up, sink right down into it. Of course, I always notice one side is way tighter than the other. This side's not even tight. The other side, whoo. But that's what happens. Just pull on the floor just a little bit. I'm actually going to use this step here in a minute. And we're going to accentuate the hip flexor stretch today. But before we do that, go ahead and grab your towel. And actually, what I'm going to do is ball it up and put it underneath my knee. We're going to do those side lying T-spine rotations. These are some of the best ones. Putting the towel underneath your knee, push into it so you keep your hips nice and steady. And let's try to do 10. Don't let that top knee move at all. So we're just moving the arm and the upper back. This gets the chest, gets that shoulder blade area. Having the towel under your knee makes a huge difference. Of course, I can't count and talk. My apologies. I'm going to do 3 more on this side and then flip over. Oh, last one here. All right. And I'm just going to flip right over. Keep that towel nice and balled up. Front of the front knee. And here we go. Let's go for 10. Oh, yeah. Really focusing on the upper back. Keep that knee planted so your hips are stable. Woo. All right, I got 3 more. Nice, last one. Woo, all right. Excuse me. All right, come on back up. I'm gonna come on my knees before I use my little step here. You can use a couch, the side of your bed, anything. But let's go ahead and reach up now that that's moving a lot better. Go a little bit behind your head with it. Still like you're trying to pull it apart. And then a little bit forward. Just make some nice little loops over your head. Oh, that feels good. And then I'm just going to do a couple of trunk rotations this way. Awesome. All right, so again, with the couch, with the bed, anything, I'm just going to use the step, but you can use whatever works best for you. If you have a chair, even that'll work fine. I'm going to put one foot on the back of it and come down into the stretch like that. So like the edge of your couch, Kim, would probably work great. Or your fireplace or something. Yes, there you go. Yep. Now let yourself sink down. I'm not trying to kill your quads, I swear. As you sink down, try to just squeeze that glute. We'll just do a couple of these. Oh yeah. One more. Good. I'm going to lean back into it just a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch sides. It just really helps to, this gets you a little more range of motion in there. Let's maybe just do 5. I don't think we have to get too crazy. You can lift up if you want. If you're able, I'm going to sink all the way down. If you can't, that's okay. Just give it a good squeeze, good glute squeeze. Awesome. All right, done with the step. So now I'm going to flip over and let's go ahead and put hands behind your back. And we're going to lift up. Now that we got a little bit more. And just rock it back and forth a little bit. Squeeze your glutes, but don't get crazy. Okay, go ahead and set your butt down. And let's reach back a little bit farther with your hands if you can. Nice. Bring your hands back in. Let's lift up one more time. Gentle forward and back. Nice. All right, I'm going to come all the way down. I'm going to grab the towel again. Then I realized I put my hair clip in the wrong spot. All right, take your towel, or you can just fold your leg with one side. And let's do alternate leg lower, or single leg lower, sorry. So you're getting a nice static stretch on this side. Now we're working through a little more range of motion now that we got some deep stretches in there. Ooh, let's do 2 more on this side. Nice. And go ahead and switch. Let's just try to get 5. I think that's great. One more. I gotta space my step out. All right, go ahead and put your feet on the ground. Reach your towel up over your head. Give it a good pull. And let's just lift your butt. Squeezing it. Hold the towel. We're gonna reach it all the way down to your thighs. And then come back up over your head with it. Keep those glutes turned on. Let's do 2 more of those. Nice. All right, set the towel down. Go ahead and set your back down. Now take one hand, try to reach it to the floor on the other side, keeping your butt on the ground, and draw a nice circle over your head. And as you come down, do it with the other side. You're gonna try to reach the floor on the other side of you, and then draw a nice circle over your head. And let's do 2 more of those to each side. Reach it. Try to get to the floor, but don't let your butt come up. Circle around. Reach. Oh, so much tighter on one side than the other. Reach it around. 1 more to each side. Big reach. Circle. And big reach. Woo. And circle. Oh, doesn't that feel good? Your hands can come behind your thighs. And actually you can rock a couple times, which feels really nice. And then rock all the way up. And as we're sitting nice and tall, let's reach those hands towards the ceiling. And then reach them forward. Pulling the shoulder blades apart as much as you can. Awesome. And I'm gonna flip over. And just, let's get your feet nice and wide. And walk your feet towards your hands. Then walk your hands toward your feet. Woo. And try to stand it up. And before we're done, let's just get some nice big giant circles now that everything is really moving. I don't know about you, but I think that feels so much better. Woo, a little forward and back on each one. I was getting awfully snug. Other side. And backwards. Awesome. Do you ladies feel looser, I hope? Yeah? Are there any other areas you want to catch really quick? You feel like you're moving a lot better.